I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he forgot about the videos he was doing on the theories of aging. That he's just all hotepped out and doing videos about hoteps and Jesuses and whatnots. No, I didn't. So here is the long-awaited double video on the antioxidant theory, or the free radical theory of aging, also called the antioxidant theory of aging, and the triage theory of aging. Now, why did I put these together? It's because the way to reduce them and ameliorate them is the same, virtually. So how this works is, what is a free radical? Well, a free radical is an electron thief, for lack of a better term. I'm not going to get all science-y. I left plenty of links on that in the description for people that want to. But essentially, a free radical steals electrons from molecules and keeps stealing them and causes a domino effect, degrading tissues, degrading cells, leading to mutations, messing up gene expression, and causing problems with your phenotype. It basically degrades the whole organism at a molecular level, and even a subatomic level if you really want to think about it, because we're dealing with electrons and whatnot. So it's literally quantum aging. Ooh. No, it's literally, it degrades you on a molecular level. The triage theory of aging is essentially the idea that if you have inadequate levels of certain nutrients, vitamins and minerals primarily, but also amino acids, coenzymes, and phytochemicals, that your body cannot operate properly and cannot make the proper proteins and cannot function optimally. Now, this is not any different than the orthomolecular concepts of medicine, orthomolecular medicine and orthomolecular psychiatry, which were terms coined by Dr. Abraham Hoffer and Dr. Linus Pauling many years ago. What makes this different, the triage theory, is that it has actually been proven by Dr. Bruce Ames. So how do we deal with these problems? Fortunately for us, they're both dealt with in a similar way. It requires, now I want to be sure that everybody understands this. I am not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a physician, I have no medical degrees, I have no nutritional degrees. So do not take what I'm saying as something that you should be doing or should not be doing. This video is not telling you what to do. This video is for entertainment purposes only and is not meant as medical advice or any type of advice whatsoever. So let's get into this. So how it works is, obviously, the first thing you should probably do is go plant-based. How plant-based? Probably 90% plant-based. And the reason why is the vitamins and minerals like potassium, magnesium, iron, all this is all in the vegetables, and so are the vitamins. You also want to supplement with a multivitamin, a good multivitamin, and vitamin C, and numerous antioxidant chemicals, okay? Especially phytochemicals like quercetin, resveratrol, things like this, because phytochemicals are shown to reduce oxidative stress, as are supplements such as coenzyme Q10 and alpha lipoic acid, and of course ascorbic acid, vitamin C. These are the things that you want to be taking in supplement form, because you can't get enough of them from the food. And I know what people are saying, well, I can get enough vitamin C because vitamin C is in plants and I'm a vegan and I get more than enough vitamin C. You get more than enough vitamin C to prevent scurvy, not to live an optimal life. Okay, I personally take 2 grams baseline, but when I'm having my nutrient drinks, when I do my exercises, my amino acid beverages, and I'm going to get into the importance of amino acid supplementation too. When I always put 2 grams of vitamin C in them. So some days I have 6 to 8 grams of vitamin C. Most days I have 2 to 4 grams of vitamin C. Okay, so where do the amino acids come in? The amino acids, particularly glycine and glutamine, help to raise glutathione levels. Glutathione is a very powerful intrinsic antioxidant. What's an intrinsic antioxidant? Well, vitamin C, vitamin E, and these other antioxidants are extrinsic, meaning they come from the outside. They're external. You ingest them and they do their dirty work in your body, okay? Intrinsic antioxidants are created in the body, okay? Now, you can't just take glutathione. Why not? Because it's degraded in the digestive tract. So you want to take the amino acid glycine and the amino acid glutamine. Glutamine increases general glutathione levels, and glycine increases the levels of glutathione in the tissues. So this is where this comes in, is it helps to increase the levels of glutathione in the body, which is an intrinsic antioxidant. So this is also going to help you with glycine. It also helps with reducing, it acts similar to methionine restriction, which you're already doing by going 90% plant-based, if you're going 90% plant-based. The multivitamin takes care of any gaps, and also you would want to take a B12 supplement if you go plant-based. So essentially it's dealt with, and this is another thing, exercise. So why is exercise important? Doesn't exercise create free radicals? Doesn't exercise create free radicals? Yes, it does. However, exercise also increases your body's ability to make intrinsic antioxidants, which helps to reverse oxidative stress and reverse inflammation. Okay, so oxidative stress is also correlated to what many doctors are calling inflammaging, which can cause things like diabetes, hardening of the arteries, heart disease, arterial vascular disease. All these things can be caused by chronic inflammation, which can be caused by oxidative stress. Sleep. Many people do not understand the importance of sleep. Okay, so you want to get at least 8 hours of sleep at night, 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night, if not more. Many bodybuilders and people that put themselves through very vigorous activity require probably more like 9 to 11 hours of sleep a night. I try to get around 11 hours of sleep, throwing in a nap or two. This is because when you work physically hard, you have to do something to help detoxify the body. And I know what you're thinking. There's no medical term for detoxification. Detoxification is stupid. You're just stupid. Let me remind you that detoxification might not be a medical term, but it is a term in natural hygiene. Natural hygiene is legitimate. Now, what is detoxification? Detoxification is your body's removal of wastes. It might not be a medical term, but it is a term. It is a term for the body's ability to remove wastes through the digestive tract and things of that nature. But also, sleep helps to remove amyloid beta plaques, which are protein deposits in the brain that are the smoking gun, or at least were thought to be the smoking gun, I don't know if they still are, in Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so sleep helps to purify and detoxify the brain, along with those fancy schmancy antioxidants I talked about, particularly alpha-lipoic acid and coenzyme Q10. So, how do we deal with oxidative stress? We make sure we're getting all the nutrients we need, which is how we also take care of the triage issues. Okay, the triage theory of aging, we need to get all of our nutrients both through diet and through supplementation. Okay, you should probably supplement. Again, not a doctor. I'm using this metaphorically. I'm not telling you what to do. But supplementation would be necessary to reach optimal levels of various nutrients, particularly things like vitamin C, which people think they're getting enough of, but they're not, and other nutrients, some of the amino acids. Why? Why are we supplementing with amino acids? Because otherwise, you would have to take in so many calories to get levels of these amino acids to these levels that you would be fat. Because remember, calories in, calories out. A calorie is still important, despite the fact that a calorie is not a calorie per se, but it is important that you aren't overeating, because you will get fat. Also, meat products, which are people's primary protein sources, tend to be high in saturated fat, cholesterol, pesticides, E. coli, salmonella, blah, 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 blah. So you want to be going plant-based and supplementing with a vegan protein supplement and vegan amino acids. You want to get adequate protein, very adequate protein, and very adequate levels of the various amino acids. But as particularly for antioxidant purposes, glutamine and glycine. Okay, so how are we dealing with this? Exercise, diet, supplementation, sleep, diet, exercise, proper nutrition and diet, sleep. It's the same as many other things. The problem that people have with implementing an actionable anti-aging protocol is they think that it requires a lot of craziness. It really doesn't. You just have to think about what makes sense. I was having this same problem back when I was implementing that stupid starch diet, is because I was thinking maybe I'm not doing it right. When I knew damned well what I was doing as a former personal trainer. I know what works, I know what doesn't work. The problem is when you base too many things on meta-analyses and things like that and not what's real world, one of the things I think is the downfall of medicine is as much an art as it is a science. And people go, that's stupid. No, it's not. Because doctors and all people, personal trainers, physician's assistants, etc., need to know how to personalize things so that they work for the individual. Just because it worked in a meta-analysis does not mean it will work in real life. Real life has a lot more variables than the laboratory. That's something that needs to be understood. And also, not all variables are always accounted for in research. That's another thing that needs to be understood. That's one of the reasons I'm such a big fan of the Seventh-day Adventist diet, is because that has been shown to extend human life in living people, real-world people, under real-world stresses. Okay? And you know that it's the vegan diet that works because when it's compared to the pescatarian, the omnivore, or the regular vegetarian, the vegans come out on top in those researches. So that's what I would say. But ultimately, remember, exercise, diet, supplementation, adequate sleep. That's what you need to know. That's the big anti-aging secret, okay? It's also in the 8 Laws of Health of Adventism. I don't think they talk too much about supplementation in Adventism, but trust me, supplementation is needed to optimize the diet. Again, I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionist, not a dietitian. Don't take my advice, not telling you what to do, not telling you how to do it, just for entertainment purposes only. Follow the links in the description for all the information that I talked about in this video, plus some. And that's all for this video.